Alrighty then, here we are a little bit early. Successful Indie Author, 5-Minute Focus, episode 336, Nonfiction. Here's Stanley sleeping. Makes it any better. Make you stop. Says we can't rotate the phone, so let me see how we can get this set up. Yeah, right, there we are. Nonfiction. Selling nonfiction is a little bit different than selling fiction, but still the same. It's about targeting your marketing to your target audience. And in nonfiction, that's people who need what you have to say. You need to be established as an expert, but expert is a very, very loose term. You just need to show some competence in the nonfiction topic that you're talking about. That means a lot of groups, wherever those groups may hang out. It could be a local a church group where you physically go and demonstrate your competence and your expertise, and people want to hear from you. Or it could be a Facebook group or an Instagram group or any of those other things where the people you would market to who would buy your book, where they hang out. This is the important aspect of nonfiction. Where are people hanging out that you would target? If you're looking at a textbook for a university or for a school, you need to have some chops in that area, or at least have a sponsor who has chops in that area and says, although this person isn't a PhD in this, this textbook is spot on. It's what I want to use. Mostly it's teachers write those books for other teachers because they can relate, and they can also test within their own classrooms. That's a benefit that people who aren't in the classroom don't get to enjoy, is that sample testing of your nonfiction, which is something else you do with nonfiction, is you've got to run it past the audience, some audience members, to see if, is it registering? Is it doing what it needs to do? Leveraging your experience. We all have experience in certain areas, and how do we bring that to our target readership? This is where the groups, where little snippets, maybe you consolidate that all into one package. In my area, self-publishing. I've done a lot of work there, and I am an established voice in the industry. So this is where I go. I wrote a book on, it was a post-apocalyptic survivalist fiction. However, I would be hard-pressed to do a book on survivalist, a nonfiction book, because I suck at that stuff. I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't do it, and I don't hang out in the right groups. So that's not something for me. But self-publishing, I do a lot of that, and yes, it works very well for me. And then I give it away anyway, because I want to make my money off fiction. That's what I do. But so be a part of a group where you can share your experience, whether that's you create your own, do the TikTok videos, do Facebook Live, do any other means of engaging folks in that target audience, the desired readership for your nonfiction. And an important point is don't flog your book. Flog your expertise. Flog the bits and pieces without coming across as a know-it-all, especially if you're wrong. Learn, fix it, and move on. One of the best things you can get when it comes to nonfiction is testimonials from respected voices. Those people who are in the industry, who are respected. They may even have their own books on the topic, but they say, hey, this book is worth a look because it's got some key points that you might benefit from. So get testimonials from respected voices in your nonfiction, but they've got to be in that area. Don't get a testimonial from Bear Grylls if you're doing a vegan recipe book. Maybe you do want that. I don't know. But don't cross genres like Martha Stewart on how to survive in the wilderness. Don't go there. Good research. The thing with nonfiction is it's very, very localized with this specific topic. So do your research. Do your research and make sure you got the facts right. If it's like opinion and you're just waffling philosophic, okay, but that's a different target audience. Make sure people who waffle philosophic you can find them, and then push your expertise that way. Help them feel better in different ways. Think about things in different ways. if that's your topic. But you see, there's so many different areas. Find your readership first, establish yourself as an expert, and then, oh, by the way, here's a book. If you can get others to flog it for you, then you'll do a lot better in the nonfiction area, especially when it comes to very, very sub niche categories. Now, also, when you're putting your nonfiction book together, good formatting. What does the readership of this genre expect? This is like a idiot's guide book. Do you have call-outs? Do you have cartoony stuff? I mean, the Army did books on breaking down the M16, and it was all cartoons because they put it for the lowest common denominator. And we're not going to make a judgment about the Army. They just wanted to make it so every single soldier, lowest common denominator, could break down the weapon and clean it and then put it back together. So cartoony books, well, hell, do we need that? Is that what's expected? Is an idiot's guide where you have call-outs and highlights at the beginning of each chapter, like the executive summary? What is best for the readers to internalize in that specific genre? So do you need checklists? Do you need call-outs? Do you need cartoons? Target the audience. All right, there's my thoughts on nonfiction. Be an expert first. Get with those groups. Understand what the readership wants. And hopefully this is recording because I've got nobody watching. All right. Peace, fellow humans.